Self-discipline is the foundational key to success, and no one articulates this better than Will Smith, whose entire life is a testament to what consistent self-control, focus, and determination can create. He says, self-discipline is self-love, because when you tell yourself no, when you delay gratification, you're showing yourself that your future is worth more than your impulses right now. Most people chase success, but they don't realize success is born from doing what you need to do long after the excitement has worn off. Will Smith didn't get to where he is because he was the most talented. He admits others may have more skill, but his work ethic is unmatched. He decided early that he would not be outworked. While others sleep, he grinds. While others party, he's reading scripts. While others give up, he keeps going. And this mindset doesn't come naturally. It's built. It's forged in the fires of early mornings, cold nights, and countless rejections. Will wasn't born successful. He became it through brutal self-honesty and the willingness to say no to comfort. He reminds us that talent you have naturally, but skill is only developed by hours and hours of beating on your craft. So discipline is the invisible path between your goals and their realization. It's the lonely grind in the gym, the ignored temptations, the refusal to quit. It's saying no to the party, yes to the pain, and still showing up even when no one's watching. And let's be clear, discipline is not punishment. It's training. It's programming your mind to rise above laziness, resistance, fear, and failure. It's telling your inner weakness that it no longer has a vote. Will Smith trained himself to be great, not through magic, but through hours of focused, deliberate repetition. He says, "I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic." That's the power of discipline. It turns average into excellent, good into great, and great into unstoppable. It's not just about waking up early or grinding through work. It's about mastering your mind. It's saying, "I will not let temporary emotions destroy my long-term mission." The problem is, we wait for motivation to act, but Will says motivation is unreliable. It's discipline that sustains you when motivation fades. You don't always feel like showing up, but winners don't operate on feelings, they operate on purpose. And when you live with purpose, discipline becomes a form of freedom, not a cage. You become free from doubt, free from inconsistency, and free from regret. Most people are imprisoned by their habits. Disciplined people break those chains and rewrite their future. Will Smith's rise wasn't luck, it was the result of doing the hard things repeatedly, until they became who he was. It was choosing long-term growth over short-term gratification. He says you have to be willing to die for what you want, to commit so fully that failure is not an option. This is the mindset that wins. Self-discipline is waking up even when you're tired, making the call even when you're scared, taking the next step even when you don't see the entire staircase. It's building momentum through consistency, not relying on emotion. Discipline transforms lives because it's the one trait that controls all the others. You can be intelligent, creative, even talented, but without discipline, you'll never harness your potential. Will Smith proves that. He studied success like a scientist, watching interviews, reading books, learning from masters. He didn't leave his growth to chance. And that's the real power of discipline. You become intentional. You stop drifting and start designing. You no longer follow the crowd. You lead yourself. Will teaches that greatness lives on the edge of your limits. It doesn't show up when things are easy. It appears when you push past fatigue, fear, and frustration. And the bridge to that greatness is discipline. Every rep in the gym, every script rehearsed 100 times, every night choosing the grind over the club, it all compounds. Discipline is compounded effort. It's saying, "I will not settle. I will rise." And even when the world doubts you, even when success seems far, you stay the course. Will Smith didn't become a global icon overnight. He earned it through sleepless nights, early mornings, and relentless repetition. He understood that you don't get what you want, you get what you work for. Discipline doesn't guarantee success, but lack of it guarantees failure. It's the edge you need in a world full of distractions, comfort zones, and shortcuts. And if you want to separate yourself from the average, discipline is the separator. Will Smith's journey screams this truth. From Fresh Prince to global movie star, from rejected scripts to record-breaking box office hits, it was never luck. It was discipline, forged through commitment and relentless hunger. So if you want to change your life, stop looking for motivation. Start developing discipline. Start doing what's hard now so life becomes easier later. Start training your mind to say no to what's easy and yes to what's necessary. Because when you master discipline, you don't just change your results, you change your identity. You become someone who doesn't quit, who doesn't fold, who doesn't wait for the perfect time. You create the time. You move forward. And like Will Smith says, you decide what it's gonna be, who you're gonna be, how you're gonna do it. Just decide. And from that point, the universe will get out of your way. So decide now. Decide to become disciplined. Decide to become unstoppable. Use Will Smith's life not just as inspiration, but as a blueprint. Start where you are, do what you can, and never stop growing. That's the power of self-discipline. That's the secret to a life of impact, success, and fulfillment.